Catchy Connie and loudmouth Linda, keeping it real, no agenda. Satire, truth, and a whole lot of fun. Politics, crime, we get it all done. From breaking news to a joke or two, we do it our way just for you. We just can't make this stuff up. 1 year strong and we ain't gonna stop. Mic in hand, voices loud, shouting truth, making you proud.
Hello, 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 everybody. How is everybody tonight? Yep, I'm doing a solo for a change. Miss Connie is away from her home right this minute, and there's a very good reason for it, and she will be sharing it with everybody. It's great news. So she'll share it probably tomorrow night with everybody. So I just wanted to come on and say thank you all for your prayers. I appreciate it. It's been tough. It's definitely been tough with him in the hospital for a week and trying to take care of the kids and trying to get stuff done for my mom. And yeah, and then my older son needs me to watch his youngest, which is 10, on Wednesday. So it's a whole lot of schedule shifting and changing and all of that. And I appreciate everybody's love and support for me and for everybody. And hopefully we can get this done. So anyway, I don't know if we'll be here for a whole hour or not. Of course, I'll try to be, but it all depends on who comes in and who's available to talk. I'm definitely not as word worthy as Connie is. She can keep it going and find and talk about all different kinds of stuff. And I try to do my best, but it's been really, really difficult, looking up any information or having any information to share. She's the one that's been following all the court proceedings and stuff. So, yeah, there we have it, I hope everybody had a safe and happy weekend. And KMM, I hope you enjoyed the time with your grandson that you had when all of this blew out of proportion last Saturday. So, yep, here we are. And, all we can do. So anyway, I was trying to look stuff up real quick when Connie called me and said she can't make it back to the studio, which is fine, but it is what it is. And we'll see what happens from here, So I did hear some stuff that was going on with Mr. T, and it looks like it's going in a good direction, but I know I saw something too about them wanting to get rid of Kennedy in the FDA. So I don't know. I think he's doing a wonderful job. I think we don't need all that crap in our food. And I think he's doing a good job to try to get it all out, So, and then all the other crazy, crazy stuff because I heard that Ellen DeGeneres was thinking about moving back home. It's like, no, we're okay without you. That's fine. You can stay over there and live your happy life. You can go to Ireland and see Rosie. I mean, it is what it is. So, but all these crazy shootings, you guys, it's just crazy. The people that are getting shot and stabbed, it's down and out scary. It's very scary. Every time you turn around, I do get notices, and every time you turn around, it's another notice of one person, people, three people, four people been stabbed or shot or whatever. And it's not good. It's not good. And I know New York is definitely going to go down the wrong avenue if they vote in that guy. I can't remember his name, but if they vote him in, say goodbye to New York. That's all there is to it, because they're going to put in rules for Muslims, and that's not what we're all about. You can practice your religion here. That's great and fine and dandy. Everybody has the right to their own religion. But when you start gearing laws towards these people, and I'm sure some of them are illegally here. I'm not too upkept on I don't want to call them Muslims, but it's like over there, Pakistan, Iran, the Muslim countries. And it's going to be a nightmare. I know it's a nightmare in Dearborn, Michigan. You they every day prayers to hear those things going off. Um, I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean they're dangerous, but it doesn't necessarily mean they're not either. And they want to try and ban the women's dress here in the United States. And dude in New York wants to, make it perfectly okay and make it acceptable. And it's it's oppression is what it is, and they don't even realize it. I was talking to my older son, and he his son's schools, the older one and the younger one, are both very diverse, very, very. A lot of them are from India, um, Pakistan, you know, over that way. And hi, Cam. I'm going solo tonight. I'm glad somebody showed up, but they are very diverse. And I guess some of them were complaining that they don't like it here. Go back home. If you don't like it here, go back home. It's just that pure and simple. What I was saying, why I'm here solo tonight, is Connie was out shopping with her daughter about an hour away, and she thought she'd be home in time, and she's not, but she's covered for me enough. So I told her I would try to do it. Um, you know, I'm not as talkative as Connie is to hold the whole hour, so I don't know if we're going to be here for an hour, but I wanted to come on, and I did want to say thank you to everybody for your prayers. He's still not out of the woods, and it's like you get one good day and then a couple bad days, and then you get one good day and a couple bad days. My grandbabies are great. They're getting so big. The baby actually is cutting teeth right now. He's 6 months old, and I don't think Ellie Mae cut her teeth this soon. So that's probably why he's been so grumpy and crying and stuff. So, but they're doing good. How's your grandbaby doing, KMM? Uh, so yeah, that's what I got. She has, Connie has a big announcement coming, and she said I could tell you guys, but I told her I don't want to take that away from her. So, I said just do it tomorrow, you know. So it's great news. It's very good news for her. So, yeah. Oh, that's it's just the place in your heart that you never knew was there. And it's, like opened up a whole new area of your heart with those grandbabies, I'll tell you. You know, I mean, and of course, Ellie Mae's starting to get into that sassy area, so that's been fun. um, yeah, and I don't know, she doesn't, she doesn't get yelled at, like, but she takes her dolls and she'll put them down and wrap them in a blanket, and then she'll stand over them with her finger going and "Yah, blah, 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 blah." And it's like, what are you yelling at the baby for? I mean, it's like, I don't know. It's funny to watch. And she gets on the floor now because he's starting to scoot. So she gets on the floor, and I was laughing earlier. I went upstairs, and she was laying on the floor with him, and he rolled over and he was on her hair. I mean, her hair is not even really that long, but he rolled over on it and she was yelling and screaming at him. So, but yeah, I it's just it's just a matter of going through the motions, I mean, I'm tired. I'm very tired. I've had to rearrange schedules and do this and do that. And I'm so grateful for Connie for covering for me. But yeah, my friend is he's holding his own. Let's put it like that. Um, they still don't know what's well, they know that he has a mass in his throat and it's pushing on his windpipe, well, airway, and it's pushing on his vocal cords. So, with that happening, they had to give him a trach. Oh, thank you, KMM. They had to give him a tracheotomy. So, they're trying to get that right. And I don't know, he's probably had like 5 or 6 different ones in a week, you know. And they did take him off the ventilator, so he's not on the ventilator anymore. So like I said, he's holding his own. He's supposed to have a test tomorrow. Hopefully, we find out the biopsy results tomorrow because they did a biopsy on his neck, and there's a mass in his throat, and they don't know what it is. So, thank you for the prayers. He is in really good spirits. And I just appreciate, I can't thank you guys enough for, the prayers and stuff. And I know, Connie's put it out there, what was going on and where I've been. So, I did try, a couple of times to pop on at night, but, I've been half staying at home and then coming back in the morning and then half staying at his house. He has a 19-year-old son, and a dog. And I don't need to say anything more about a 19-year-old kid. So yeah, I I stayed over there the weekend and then a couple of days last week. So I'm gonna have to figure out this week and go from there. Oh, thank you, KM. Thank you so much. It just happened so quick. It was so weird. It was just so weird. Um, that it happened so quick. I took him to the grocery store. He told me his neck was hurting. And yeah, an hour and a half later, EMS was there and he was on his way to the hospital. He said his neck was hurting. And then he got up to go to the bathroom and he was in the hallway and he called out to me and he's like, call 911. So I did. And when they got there, we have two hospitals. One's a little bit further away than the other. And he wanted to go to the one a little bit further away. His doctor is out of that hospital. And EMS didn't give him the choice. His blood pressure was so ridiculously high. And he was having chest pains and his pulse, and he was having trouble breathing. So they said, "Yeah, no, we can't take him to that other hospital. We need to get him to a hospital like now." So, and that's where we're at. I mean, like I said, it was just so weird. And then he was in the emergency room, and he just stopped breathing. So they took him and put him on a ventilator. So, yeah. It's very hard. I've never been around anybody that's been on a ventilator. I've never been around anybody that's had a tracheotomy, so it's all a learning process for, him and me and the kids. The two boys have a really hard time going to the hospital and seeing him. So, I know the younger one's been up there a couple of times, and his older son hasn't been up there at all. So, yeah, it is very scary, very, very scary, and it was just so stupid. But then I guess he had told the doctor, when his daughter was sitting there, that he's had this pain in his neck for like 2 weeks. And he just never told anybody. So, and I apologize, I'm nasally. We had those, excuse me. We've had the Canada fires coming this way. And it has really played havoc on me for the last week. It's just horrible. So hopefully the air quality, it seems to have gone, but thank you, it seems to have gone back to near normal. So hopefully this will all clear up. I mean, I usually have bad allergies in August anyway, but this is just beyond. It's like, come on, I can't handle this right now. I've got a lot more other stuff to do. So anyway, yeah. So, how's everything going with your nephew, KMM? Oh, no. I was hoping it was going away. And if it's coming back to you, then it's probably going to come back here too. Oh, I know. It's just absolutely horrible. So, but yeah. And to add insult to injury, I'm having trouble with my brakes. So, there we have it in a nutshell. Yeah, sometimes it rains, sometimes it pours, and sometimes we get sunshine. So you just gotta keep your head held high, have a stiff upper lip, get up, dust yourself off, and carry on. That's all we can do. So, you know, I mean, it's not all doom and gloom. I enjoy spending the time with my grandkids, and like I said, it's been kind of nice not knowing anything in the news. There was a couple of things I had said I had heard, um, but I uh, I know that Mr. T is doing more renovations in the White House, is what I heard, and he went up to the roof. So who knows what that was all about. Hopefully, it would be really nice if they put like a sun deck or something out there. I don't know. I'm just saying. Yeah. So it is what it is. And what else did I hear? Oh, Ellen DeGeneres. I had said at the beginning when nobody was in here, she's talking about maybe coming back from the UK. And I said, no, 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 no. Just stay over there and go to Ireland and visit Rosie O'Donnell. And, I'm sorry, I'm just reading. Oh, okay. What is that, KMM? I will definitely say prayers for the twins in your extended family. Definitely, definitely. Um, I'm so sorry to hear that. How old are they? Hopefully they're not little ones. It's horrible to get. I mean, that's basically like a death sentence, and that is horrible. I hate when you hear about those kinds of diseases. I hate it because nobody should have to bury their children, and it seems like it's happening more and more every day. Just like said at the beginning too. Oh, okay. Oh, geez. Oh, Pete. Yeah, I will definitely say prayers for them. That's horrible. That is absolutely horrible. So, mm-mm-mm. Yeah, neuromuscular disease. And you wonder how that starts. How does it just appear one day in kids, that age? I mean, I know there's nothing we can do about it, but I really wish they could find a cure for all of the cancers for the kids first and then work on the adults. I did hear that somebody had a cure for cancer, and big pharma is trying to keep it suppressed. So, yeah, both of them too. That it's just crazy. It's just crazy. So, yeah, I know at the hospital, they have our pediatrics ICU next to the adult ICU. And just to, I mean, they have the big doors closed, but you can still hear them crying, and it's horrible. It just breaks my heart, you know, um, hearing the kids and seeing the kids. And then on a good note, you walk into the hospital and you see two or three moms going home with their babies. So, it's good and bad, but just like with everything else that's going on in this world, there's some good things and some bad things. More it's leaning more towards bad things. I really am sick of getting notices on my phone. More stabbings, more shootings, more killings, more being barricaded in houses. And it's just seems like it's never ending anymore. And I'm all for Mr. T opening those asylums again, because there are, yes, definitely, definitely. Um, there are more people that are, I mean, really loopy out there, and they definitely need help. Definitely. Not these ones that commit a murder because they're an idiot. Oh, I have mental health issues. Stop using that. That's not an excuse. And and they just do it so they can try to get, I think, to get off of murder charges. And then you hear the other thing, because I do watch a lot of true crime, but they're, how it is on the TV, they're old stories. Um, and, now they go to court and they'll plead guilty just so they don't get life with no parole. And I don't think that should be allowed. I really don't. And that's my own opinion. But, like that goofball that killed the college kids. No, no. You stay in jail for the rest of your life, and you should have had the death penalty. I don't know if Idaho, is it Idaho? I think it's Idaho. I don't know if they have the death penalty or not, but and hey, people may not agree with me, but I believe that they should bring it back um to all the states and make it a federal thing. You do this and you're going to die, and not keep them on death row for 40 years. There's no reason for that. I mean, I understand, the appeal process and all of that. But if you didn't get out on the first 3 appeals, you're not getting out. When you've exhausted all your appeals, and if they have, I mean, bone chilling evidence against you where there's no way that it can't be you, why should we pay for them to sit in jail and eat and basically have a free roof over their head and food and, take showers, watch TV, go outside, go outside, play basketball, do whatever. And then I know when you're on death row, I don't think you can do all of that stuff. But still, it does not take 30 or 40 or even 20 years. I believe that the appeal process is maxed out after 10 years, but don't quote me on it. So they're sitting there for anywhere from 10 to 30 years waiting to die. Well, we can take you out of your misery much quicker of the anticipation. Sorry, you did the crime. Now you have to do the time. That's all there is to it. And I I really, really think too that you should be able to have, now listen to me, listen this out. You should be able to have the right to basically put yourself down like a dog if you have anything that you're not going to live. And if you want to take yourself out, I think, assisted suicide, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I really, really don't. And I truly believe that some people have done it, that's had multiple sclerosis or that's had cancer. And we all know how painful most of these diseases are. And why do you want, I wouldn't want to live with that for 10, 15, 20 years. There's no way. It's like, just clock me out now, you know, and it is what it is. I'm not saying that if, you just want to out yourself, that, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you have, something life changing. Right, right, right. Well, I saw my dad suffering horribly from bone cancer, and no, uh-uh, nope. I never want to experience that again at all. Not at all. It's very hard to watch somebody you love die that way, and I can only imagine um, how Alzheimer's is and Parkinson's is, you know. Um, those are definitely life changing diseases that there's no turning back from. So, that's my little spiel. But yeah, I know it's got to be really, really hard. It's got to be really hard to watch people with Parkinson's and Alzheimer's, cancer. I did hear a while back that they had a cure for cancer. So, but we'll probably never see it in our lifetime because Big Pharma won't allow that to happen. It is what it is. And it's unfortunate that it happens, you know. And then when somebody wants to take the matter into their own hands, this is what I think is wrong is if somebody has the a life altering disease and they don't want to live through it, and then you have problems with the insurance that you paid your whole life, and then they'll only give you half of the money. It's like, what the hell is wrong with that? Excuse me, I have to get something for my nose. I will be right back. Okay. I apologize if you heard me blow my nose, but I just couldn't stand it anymore. So, yeah, no, most people don't want to live that way, KMM. They don't want to live that way. I never want to be a burden. I mean, even though, like my mom, she tells me she's a burden all the time. Well, to me, no, she's not a burden. She did for me. Now it's my turn to do for her. And the last thing she is a burden. So, and I told her, quit saying that because you're not a burden. That's what I'm here for. So, hopefully I finally got through to her because she hasn't really said it too much. So, I don't know. But anyway, so I think I'm going to end this shortly tonight. Um, my nose is getting to be horrible. So I don't want to have you listen to me through this stupid nose and blowing my nose and all of that. So it was great seeing you, KMM. I don't know where everybody else was, but it is what it is. And I will definitely keep your twins in my prayers. Keep me updated on how it's going. I hope that stem cell does work. And you know what? That's another thing too. They charge you an arm and a leg to store your placenta and to, keep it in case the kids need it. Because I was looking into that for Ellie Mae, it was $5,000. That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous to pay $5,000 for something that might be able to cure your kids down the road. I think that's highway robbery, and I think it's ridiculous. But, I'm not there doing the math on how much it costs. I mean, how much can it be? You put it in a container, and I'm assuming they put it like they do with the embryos, the frozen embryos. You just keep it frozen. I don't know. But if you try to do that and keep the placenta and keep it frozen, you'll go to jail. How weird is that? Yep. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. It is. It's really wrong. So, but we will be back tomorrow night. I love you. Thank you for staying with us. Hit like on the way out. And we will see you tomorrow. Love everybody. Have a great night.
From shady news to crime so rough, you already know we just can't make this stuff